Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Cool Econometrics. Today I'll be walking you through on how to merge two Excel files using two common columns in Power Query. It's a very interesting thing to do because it's quite easier, faster, and easily amenable than what you could do using Stata, R, or any other statistical software for that matter. So before we delve into it, please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe and also like the videos if you find it useful, so that you could get updates as they become available. Now let's get into it. The first thing, you have to prepare your data set to be in line with the merging principles in Stata. So you have to have either one or two columns that are similar in both data sets. And it's very important the way you also arrange the columns. So if the merging columns must be in the same order. If the merging column in your data set 1 is in the first row and the other one is in the first column and the other one is in the second column, then that arrangement needs to be retained in the second data set also. So you can't just put the columns anywhere and expect them to match. They have to be in the same order in terms of column arrangement. So once you've done that, now let's get into it. The first step is to import our data set into Power Query. So how do we do that? We go to data here, data, click on data. It brings out get data. You click on get data. Let's go back, sorry, data, get data. Then from file, now because my file is Excel, if yours is CSV or whatever any other file, but mine is Excel. So I click on Excel, and then it takes me to where my Excel file is. So the first data set is in this sample. I click on it, I import it, and I should be able to see a preview now. Yes, so in this Excel sheet, there are two sheets. In Excel, you could have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So I have both a sheet called merge 1 and sheet 1, but my data set actually is in sheet 1. So you see, it's in sheet 1, as you can see, you have one. So what I'll show you here is my common column. I want to merge this data set with another data set that I'm going to import later, but the merging columns are month and code, and you can see month is in column 1, code is in column 2. These two columns should be in that same order in the second data set, which I've already done. So once you've imported this, what you need to do now is you go down to the bottom of the file of the screen, and then you will see the load. Please don't click on the load, rather click on the arrow button, the down arrow button, and then you click on it. You go to load to. Click on load to. Then it will bring out some other options, and then you click on only create connection because you just only want to create connection. That is what we want to do. Let's see. Yeah, so our connection is created. So if you hover around this connection sheet 1, you see we have our data set. That is it. Now let's do the same thing for column 2. You go to data again for data set 2. You go to data. I want to upload or import the second file now. I go to these, and then I pick. So the second file, let me see, I can pick any of these, but let me just pick 2022 files. So I import. Similarly, because this is Excel, I will have to choose from one of the sheets to be able to preview that as it comes up. So you see sheet 1, so I click on that. Preview, you could see my month is corresponding, first column, second column code, exactly. If you miss this, if you try to merge it, it's going to come up with null cells. So you go to load, pick these, and then go to load to, and let's create a connection now. All right. So create a connection, and then you say okay. Yeah, so this is our second. You could see now it's there. Yeah, so the next thing we need to do now is the next step is to merge both queries based on the two columns we've identified. So I go to, how do I merge now? I go to my data function again, and I go to get data. Now I go to combine queries. Under combine queries, you can either merge or you can append. We'll talk about appending later, but for now let's deal with merge. So I click on merge. It will bring up two compartments for me. In this first compartment, I click on it. This sheet one is from my first data set. So if I click on that, you'll be able to see the preview. Now I'm going to highlight the common column that I want to merge with. And there are two common columns I want to merge with. The first one is month, so I click on month. And the second one is code, so I click on code. Then I come here, I go to sheet. This is the second one now, so I still click on one, then I click on this. So what you do is you click on it, you hold your control button down and click on the second one so that it highlights both of them. That's how you do that. Now you can see this one and one is here, this two and two, they are all going to merge by this. And that's why it's good for you to have both identifying columns on the same arrangement. Well, if it is in a different arrangement, then you have to click on the first one first, hold it, and then click on. So you have to let Excel, the query, know which one is your first identifying column and which one is your second identifying column, and it has to correspond with the first and second identifying columns, common columns in the second data set. Now, once we've done that, we go to which type of mesh do we want, left, outer. So I will choose left because I want the main data set is the first data set, the left data set, which is the first one, and I just want to match common observations or kind of common. I want to match from the second data set. So that's why I choose left, outer. You could choose any of these if they serve your purpose. Okay, so now that I've done this, I click OK. Right, so you could see this is you could notice that this is my first data set, and then you could have, so where's my second data set? Yes, the second data set is in this table, kind of icon. So how do we expand it? You click on this button, this expand button here. It brings out the second table for you. So this is everything you have in the second table. But before I expand it, I want to remove the month and the code because they are already represented in the first data set that I made. So I don't want to have 2 months, and a code repeating themselves. So I just want to have just 1 month. So the only thing I'm going to keep is this observation. This is the observation I actually wanted to merge, and I want to merge it by month and code, which is already represented in the first data set. So that's why I'll share code. Now, once I've done that, I can click OK to expand my data set, and there you go. So you see, everything here is from the first data set, and this is from the second data set. That's why it's in the green color. And it's all, this is everything. So if you're okay with this, if you look at it and you think, okay, everything is fine, I'm okay with this, I'm good to go, then you simply close, you come here, you close and you load. You load your data set, the merged data set now into a new Excel sheet. And yeah, that's it. So, and this is how to merge two Excel files from using Power Query. And of course, if you want to still work around these, you could just simply remove the filter button, and then also go to the table design, and then you want to make it look like the normal table, and that's it. So there you go. So then you could change this, just rename this as this, so that it runs with the others, and that's it. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you benefited. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till we meet again, do have a wonderful time. Bye.